So this is my super compact urban sketching kit, and don't worry if you've got, like me, failing eyesight and sausage fingers, it's not tiny gear, you can still use it. So I'm not going to show you the sketching process, I'm going to show you the colouring process, because I think in this one it's a little bit more interesting. So for this simple demo of my lightweight sketching kit, we're going to be using 3 pens. Now the first pen is a fountain pen with some waterproof ink in. Now you could go down the route of using fine liners for this. So the second pen we're going to use is a fountain pen with some water-soluble ink in. In this case it's a Lamy Safari fountain pen with some turquoise Lamy ink in. And then the third stage you're going to see is me using this small water brush. But it's easier for me really to demonstrate the process, so let's start with that. So as you might be able to tell, I forgot to press record. So I missed the first sort of minute, but what I've basically done is I've just coloured in that shadow in the very foreground and coloured in that person. Now, if you want to know how I did that, just hang fire, because you'll see as we go how the process works. So how I actually begin the shadow process is I'll go in with the water-soluble fountain pen with the yellow Lamy there, and I'm just drawing it in around the shape. Now you need to keep the blue ink on the area you want the shadow, and then before it gets too dry really, you use the water brush and you go in there and you just sort of push that ink around. And what you're wanting to do, depending on what sort of detail you're wanting to show, is you want just sort of either flat coverage or just sort of local coverage in a specific area, if you know what I mean. Now, I'm also looking at the reference drawing and thinking about, where is the shadows in the buildings behind? And I noticed that there is some shadows in the tower block. I think it might be a multi-storey car park a bit further back. I've already got some blue ink on the water brush, and I can always pull a little bit there off that shaded area and just transfer it across. So you can actually pull ink out of all the wetted areas, and you can re-wet them if it's, as I said before, water soluble. And then I'm going to start to add in a little bit of more fountain pen now in the main building here. So what I'm doing is I'm looking at where all those shadows are. I'm looking at where the shadows under raised parts or within windows, or if it's foliage, I'm doing some sort of dots around the foliage. Also, the other thing is some of these windows ultimately might need colouring in. They might be dark, those windows in the picture. So again, I'm looking at the reference picture and I'm thinking, where am I going to be painting? Where am I going to be dropping a little bit of shade in there? So everywhere I want a shadow, I need a little bit of ink. Now, this process you can repeat many times. You can let it dry and go back in and add more detail into those shadow areas. So don't feel like you have to do this in one. You can go back and do it sort of repeatedly if you can let the water, if you can actually let the piece dry properly between applications. So anybody that's been watching this channel knows that I have quite a lot of videos on this channel specifically about using water-soluble inks. I think it's a lovely, simple process that's perfect for urban sketching, and it's great for beginners and people that are just getting into this, but it's also just a super simple kind of way of working, and I think it gives such a lovely effect. So if you're enjoying this video, don't forget to like and subscribe. Thanks. So once I've added in most of the details that I want to show with the Lamy here and the water-soluble ink, that blue ink, I'm going to start using the water brush again. So just as I was doing before, I'm picking up little bits of ink and then I'm moving it around. I'm creating some areas where there's a little bit more shadow, and some areas where if I want a lighter shadow, what I might do is just pick up a little bit of the ink from a paler area and sort of mix it around. And obviously the more you use the water brush, the more, because it's got a little bit of ink just in the tip there, the more you use it, the softer and softer it's going to become. So you have to go back and charge it up with ink from a different area, if you know what I mean, or apply a little bit more ink with the fountain pen. So again, I have some other areas here that I want to add a little bit more shadow in. So I'm going to go and I'm going to get my trusty fountain pen here, my Lamy Safari, and I'm going to go and add a little bit more ink. Now some of these areas are still slightly wet, but it doesn't matter because they're going to be dissolved anyway. It's all going to get nice and sort of made soft with the water brush. So that's looking pretty nice now. I love the kind of freshness of it. I think it's got a real sort of vivacious energy to it, this kind of work. I love it. It's also quite old-fashioned in a way, which is sort of sweet. But this is where I probably messed up here. What I was planning to do to the sky was some vertical lines in the sky, and then I was going to mix it all together and make some negative space areas where there's some clouds, and then some dark areas. So I was going to do a sort of sketched and then blurred kind of sky thing, but I was talking with my wife and I got distracted and ended up sketching something which ultimately didn't look ideal. But as you can see, with the water brush, it was all knocked back and I just ended up with a flat sky. Now, the reason why I wanted to put a slightly darker sky in is because I wanted the white in the buildings to pop a little bit more, and just so the whole thing had a little bit more contrast. And the final stage, really, and this was done, it was still slightly wet actually, was I went back in with the fountain pen and I just added in some details, and those details were areas around the windows where I wanted the window frames back in, areas where I wanted a little bit more contrast, and stuff like that. I just didn't want some of the areas where the ink had been washed out. I wanted it just to be a little bit more punchy, basically. So there you go, yeah, all done with the aid of a Paw Patrol plaster and 3 pens. As I said before, you could use a fine liner instead of the first fountain pen with the waterproof ink in, but and then you're going to be using a water-soluble ink in a fountain pen. In this case, it was my Lamy Safari with that turquoise ink in, and then a small water brush. And that's all you need to carry is just 3 pens. And a sketchbook, of course. So I hope you guys enjoyed that little process. Like I said before, there's no tiny equipment. It's not ridiculously small. It's normal size gear. That water brush is quite small, admittedly. There we go. But also as well, you don't even have to use all 3. I mean, you could get rid of the waterproof ink. If you didn't want black lines, you could just use the fountain pen and then the water brush. And then that's really mainly a 2-stage process where you'll do the main sketch, and then you'll go and fill in some of the shadow with that. What you may have to do is go back in and add in some more details in the shadow areas after you've kind of put in that initial block of colour or shadow or values. But basically it's a value study. If you're just getting into art, then value studies are really important. They're a really important way of understanding the darks and the lights in a picture. And I think it's one of the biggest mistakes I certainly made, and I know other artists do too, where they don't put enough contrast in their images. If anything, you do too much, and then you can pull back. Because if you're never really finding those limits, I think you're sort of missing the trick, really. So if you enjoyed that, please like and subscribe. Check out my Patreon. Check out my new memberships on my YouTube channel and all that jazz. And thanks for stopping by. See you next time.